You're watching 8 News Now. Good day.
And welcome back. Now is our segment Morning Cup of Joe with Sheriff Joe Lombardo. Every Wednesday you have a chance to ask him some questions.
Sheriff Lombardo, good morning to you. Back in studio. Let's get our first question from Susie J. My question has to do with the jail overcrowding. Do you plan to expand the North Valley complex eventually?
Well, I wouldn't say expand. We have a North Valley complex, which is out by Nellis Air Force Base. It's the second jail facility associated with the police department. We are expanding that as we speak, not the actual facility, but the number of inmates that we can take there. As the economy returns, we have the ability to house more inmates, and so we are expanding that. So that is our plan.
Okay. Great, the answer there for Susie J. The second question comes from Joseph Patrick. Question, is lane splitting for motorcycles allowed on Las Vegas highways and or surface streets?
No, it isn't. It depends on what state you reside in. You know, different states have different rules. You know, in particular, like California, you're allowed to do that. But here in Nevada and or Las Vegas, Clark County, you're not allowed to do that. If you ever have any questions reference traffic codes, you can just go on the internet, and it's NRS 486 that covers all the traffic violations and or codes. But here locally, no, you're not able to do that.
I'm always amazed in SoCal to see motorcycles zipping around the 405. It's almost jarring when you're in the car.
But one of the clarifications on that, though, is law enforcement does have that exemption.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Okay. Now we have a new kind of question. What does Sheriff Lombardo want us to ask him? So we're curious. Anything you really want to address?
Yeah, you know what I'd like to talk about is, you know, in the previous year we talked about property damage only accidents, you know, and we made a decision as an organization not to respond to those because we had issues with fatal accidents occurring, and I wanted to reallocate those officers for fatal accidents. But over time, with the economy returning and our ability to hire more police officers, we backed off of that decision, and we're responding to accidents again. You know, the NRS, the law says we don't have to do that unless there's injuries, but it's better service. But what I'm asking the folks to do, though, even though we are going back to that process again, I want to make sure that they know they still have the ability to handle accidents on their own if they have that desire to do that. So your insurance doesn't really require a police report, but in most situations people are more comfortable with the police officer arriving. But if you're comfortable, we ask you to do that.
Okay,
so
that's great to know.
And if they can move their vehicle, they should, right?
Yeah,
if it's movable, just to decrease
especially
traffic.
today with smartphones and people having camera phones, you could immediately get out, take some photographs, and move your vehicles. It's always better to move your vehicle if you're able to.
Okay.
So
You can handle it, but Metro will respond. Thank you so much, Sheriff.
Yeah, thanks for coming in on this Wednesday. Thanks for answering the questions to our viewers. And viewers, keep those questions coming.